If you're watching this video and you are working right now, I want you to pretend that you are in the first year of retirement. Now, I know that sounds weird. Maybe it's 5, 10, 15 years from now, but I'm going to talk to you about what you can expect in the first year of retirement so there are no surprises. Maybe you're a few years out from retirement. Maybe it is 5, 10, 15 years. Whenever it is, I want you to just really close your eyes, and you don't actually have to do it, but dream about retirement. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to be fishing, or you know what, I'm going to be able to spend more time with family, or take that one trip I've always wanted to do. Really dream for a moment, but I'm also going to talk to you about what are the things that you think, hey, I just don't know what it's going to be like in the first year of retirement. How can I make sure you're really confident? You're going to know by the end of this video. Once again, my name is Taublieb. I am a financial planner. I am the host of the Early Retirement Podcast, and I'm the Vice President of Root Financial Partners, and I love what I get to do. If you want a custom strategy, you can reach out to me directly, and I will help you retire early. Number one, it's going to feel weird when you retire and you don't have work anymore. And it is supposed to feel weird. And if you go, oh my gosh, I already knew that, or that's just common sense, it's going to feel really weird. And it's supposed to. So need you to know that, because I cannot tell you how many clients say, yeah, Ari, I already expected that. It was going to be like that. You know, I'm not working and it's going to feel weird. Well, they were like, Ari, it's so much weirder. You just can't even imagine it. And I believe them. And all of my feedback comes from my client. Now, of course, I'm not retired. I want to work with people for the next 20, 30 years of my life, but this is from my clients directly. So just passing that feedback on to you guys. Now, it's going to feel extra weird to not have income, and you might be drawing down from cash. Maybe you have not tapped into your retirement accounts because you've watched my videos on Roth conversions or tax gain harvesting or just ways to pay 0% taxes. And that's what I want you to do. But I want you to do that, but you're gonna have to live off of cash. And it's gonna feel really weird for maybe the first time in your life to be depleting and not adding. And you're like, oh my gosh, this is just so weird. And it's supposed to feel weird once again. So now you're retired and you're living off of your own cash. And now you need a strategy, because without a strategy, it's gonna feel not weird, but you're not gonna feel confident. You're gonna go, Ari, how long is this money gonna last me? Maybe you go, you know what? You wanna spend $5,000 a month after taxes, adjusted for inflation. Assume there's no mortgage in this example. Okay, so you want $60,000 a year. Well, if you want $60,000 a year, we need $60,000 in cash, because once again, cash is like Roth money. It's already been taxed, and so you can just draw from it. It's not as if it's in an IRA where you need to pay taxes and then have $5,000 a month. So now you want, let's just say $60,000, and let's pretend you have 80 in cash. 20 in your emergency fund, which is probably too low, but let's just say 100. So you have 100,000, 40 in your emergency fund, 60 is going towards cash to live off of. And you're doing that because you're going to implement this tax strategy. You're going to keep your income really low. Well, here's what you want to think about. Is you're going to be going, oh my gosh, every single month. If you don't have a strategy, you're going to go, this is uncomfortable. And then the market's going to make a move and you're going to go, should I change things? And I don't want to have no cash. And now I'm stressing. And that's not the point of a successful retirement. The point of a successful retirement is to feel really confident and not second guess going out to dinner or taking a trip and doing the things that you've wanted to do for so long. So my feedback here is, number one, it's going to feel weird, and have a strategy for your cash, how long you want it to last to keep your income low. Now, if you're doing consulting or part-time income, well, that's going to help bridge the gap, of course. Maybe we can't do as much Roth conversions, which if you haven't heard me talk about that in previous videos, that's where you convert money from an IRA to a Roth IRA. Really, you're never paying taxes ever again on those dollars, which is an incredible tax-free retirement tool. And to implement this Roth conversion effectively, you need to keep your income really low. What you could do is you could say, oh my gosh, this is amazing. I'm paying almost nothing in taxes, and my income is low. It's the first time I've done that. And you could pat yourself on the back. Or you could go, you know what, I've watched Ari's videos and he says that I should take advantage of historically low tax brackets. That way in the future, I don't pay 25, 30, 40% taxes when I've worked so hard for these dollars. So not going to go into the nitty-gritty details because I've done that on a lot of old videos, but just know that it's going to feel weird and have a plan for your cash. That's number one. Number two is that market downturns are going to keep occurring, and that's okay. And if they didn't keep occurring, I would be more worried, which I know sounds weird, but when the market goes down 15, 20, 30%, you'd imagine I have a lot of tough conversations with clients, right? Well, I don't. And people are always shocked by that. It's because I run my business differently. When I first speak with clients, I don't show them the rosy pictures of, here's millions of more dollars you're going to have. I get to that, but I start with, okay, what is it going to feel like if you're down 20, 30%? Is that an experience you're looking for? And if they say no, we're not doing it, in the sense of Not we're not doing it, we're not investing, but in the sense of we're going to find what's that right balance of growth and what's that right balance of lets you sleep at night. Because this is about your life here. And if we wanted to maximize income and maximize finances, don't spend any money. You'll have a lot of money. That's not the point of why we do this though. That overly simple example is seen again through this example where people say, Ari, how do I keep my withdrawal rate really low? I go, I could bet I could keep it so low. You've never heard this. They're like, yeah, the 4% rule or guardrails approach. I've heard you talk about these. How do I do it? I go, actually, I think you could have a 0% withdrawal rate. Don't spend $1. You'll have an amazing withdrawal rate. And they're like, yeah, but I need to live life. I'm like, exactly. The point of this is not to have a super low withdrawal rate. It's to go, what's the best withdrawal rate? How much can I take from my portfolio every single month and never run the risk of running out of money? That's where this comes in. So market downturns are going to occur, and it is okay. If they didn't occur, that would be weird. But in the first year of retirement, you might feel a little odd. And the reason you'll feel odd is, what if that's the year the market pulls back? And you're like, oh my gosh, should I have waited another year? Should I have waited a few more years? Or does this mean I can't retire? Well, number one is go through a planning process with an advisor like myself or another advisor that resonates with you and find out, are you in a position to retire even if markets were horrible for the next few years? If not, I probably wouldn't recommend retiring. Make sure there is some buffer in case there are a few bad years. You don't want to be able to go, oh, okay, I'm not going to go out to eat now that I'm retired. I'm going to be stingy. Hey, that's defeating the whole purpose of this. I want you to have a successful retirement. So don't do that. Now, number 3 here, which is a big one, is that your identity will not shift overnight. I'm not asking for a light switch, but I am asking you to put in work, and I tell this to my clients. The reality is if you have saved and invested well, you've probably identified yourself as a good saver. Now, if you stay with that same mindset in retirement, you will not have success. And I know that sounds really harsh and really odd, but here's why. If you keep saving and investing, you will have no issue having more financial dollars at the end of the day. But if you pass away at $3, $4, $5 million, is that a successful life? Or would you have wished that you've done more and still had your legacy goals? Maybe it's your children or a church or whatever it is. I want you to be able to maximize your life while you're here. And if you stay as a good saver, the reality is you're going to be fine financially, but you're going to miss out on so many amazing things you could have done and still have been okay. If you can't still be okay, then we're not doing it. It's a different conversation. But the reality is I want you to now be a spender. And I have clients that I go, hey, you tell me you want to spend this amount. I didn't see that happen last week. Go out to dinner more. You told me this was important to you. Ari, it just, went by the wayside, or it just was something that, I don't feel comfortable. And I go, feeling comfortable is different than not wanting to. I'm not going to force clients to go spend money they don't want to, but I am going to say, hey, here are the goals you told me. And this is what we outlined. Has something changed? Or are you just not doing it because of that lack of discomfort? Now, I'd probably say 7 or 8 times out of 10, they go, Ari, I'm just not comfortable. It's spending a lot of money. And if that caused you to lose sleep, once again, we're not doing it. But why is that? Let's really dive into that so that you can be a successful spender in retirement. How weird does that sound, right? But I want you to be a successful spender. Now, if that resonated with you, comment below, I want to be a successful spender. It's fun to have that community of people who feel similarly or maybe in that same spot as you, and they want to make that mindset shift over time. So hope this video was helpful. Please share it with someone who you think would benefit. It's more fun to retire with them. Like this video, and if you're looking for a custom strategy, you can always reach out to me directly. Lastly, a few bonus tips for you guys. Ebook is in the description below, as well as your 2023 free tax guide. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you don't know, I am the host of the Early Retirement Podcast, and this is what I love doing. I help people create a custom strategy to retire early. You can always reach out to me or a member of our team here at Root, and we would be happy to walk you through our planning process to show you how we can help you get more life out of your money.